Hey guys, I am back with my readathon wrap-up, and I know this video is very late putting up, but I just been very busy this past 3 weeks, as well as the last week, which I was planning on putting it up, but I was something came up and I was feeling very funky. I was not feeling very well, so I thought I would do it this week once I get better. And so today I feel a little bit more better than I was, so I thought I would do it before it gets too late in the week, as well as trying to do some other videos I need to put up, like a July book haul, which I'm going to be planning on putting the first part after this video and the second part tomorrow. And in August, book haul part 1 will be up on Sunday, and a update to the book event that I'm going to next week will be up sometime next week before I leave. So further ado, I will go ahead and get started. If you have any questions about these books that I share with you guys, just let me know in the comments below, and more details about the description and everything about the books will be in the description bar below, as well as my video for my BookTube-A-Thon Reads that talks about more about the books and the readathon and information about it, and it will be in the description bar below with the information about the books. So go ahead and get started. So I read a total of 21 books, which really kind of for my challenge I was only going to read 16, but I read a little bit more than I was planning on reading, but I am glad that I did, because I really ended up loving every single book, and I just cannot wait to read the next books in the series. So the first book that I read on the first day is Defiance by C.J. Redwine. This is the first book in the series, and I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I cannot wait to meet her in person next week, and as well as read book 2 when it comes out on the 27th, which is Deception. So very good book, and 5 out of 5. Book 2 is Hemlock by Catherine Peacock, 5 out of 5 stars, and I love this book. I love the mystery, the werewolves, and I can't wait to read Thornhill when it comes out next month, so can't wait. And then and I gave that, I believe I said how much I rated it, I gave it a 5 out of 5. So the third book that I read on the first day is Crater of the Mark by Leanne Fallon. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, and I can't wait to read book 2. I really loved it, even though it had a very slow beginning. It still got really interesting, and I ended up really loving it. So Crater of the Mark, 4 out of 5. So the next second day was an excellent day. Because the first day had a slow start, while the second day I started very early. So I read Renegade by J.A. Saunders, and I love this book. I cannot wait to read book 2. The crazy world building and the love interest in this one was just so good, and I just had to know more. So I just want more so badly. But I know I can wait, even though it will be hard. I can wait. So yes, Renegade by J.A. Saunders, 5 out of 5 stars. Then the second book is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, which I'm actually going to be meeting her in November at another book event that I'm going to be going to. So can't wait to read Never Fade, which is the second book when it comes out in October 15th. I have to say the ending in this was that's all I'm going to say, because it literally broke my heart, and I just need to know what happens next. So yes, further ado with this series, it is awesome. So yes, 5 out of 5 stars. I definitely recommend this series, and you should definitely pick it up. Then the third book that I read on the second day is Masquerade the Red Death by Bethany Griffin. This book was so good. It was a retelling of one of Edgar Allan Poe's short stories, Red Death. Excellent retelling, and I just cannot wait to read book 2 and see what happens next. So 5 out of 5 stars. So now on to the third day, and I read Dearly Departed by Leah Hebel. I'm actually going to be meeting her as well next week, and I cannot wait to see what happens in Dearly Beloved. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Excellent plot, excellent points of view, which was in 4 points of view, so can't wait to read more. 5 out of 5. Next book was Firelight by Sophie Jordan. This was a reread, and I just loved everything. Let me rephrase it. Loved every single thing about this book, and I just cannot wait to read book 2 and 3, which I haven't read, and finish this series hopefully this year. So I'm actually going to be meeting her next week, so I just cannot wait to see what happens in the next books. And she's coming out with a new series next year, so can't wait. And the next book that I read on the 3rd day is Thrown in Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Excellent fantasy book, and I have to say it's definitely good for fans of Hunger Games and Thrown in Glass, because it has definitely the same elements for both of those books and movies and TV shows. So I definitely recommend this series. And book 2, Crown of Midnight, comes out on the 27th of this year, and I just need more of these characters and these amazing plots, so can't wait. And it's actually going to be a 6-book series, which, wow, that's a lot of books. So the next books that I read is Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins, and this is the first book in the series. I had book 2, Sweet Peril, up there, and this is going to be a trilogy, and this had amazing angel lore in it, and I just cannot wait for more. So 5 out of 5 stars. Then the next book is Born Wicked by Jessica Spotwood. This talk about witches and magic and beautiful romance, and I just cannot wait for more. 5 out of 5 stars. The last book that I read on the 4th day is Wither by Lauren Desfendo. I was not sure if I was going to like this, and I ended up loving it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I cannot wait to read Fever and Sever hopefully soon. So that's that one. Now moving on to the 5th day, I read Unravel Me by Elizabeth Norris, and this had so much action and so much amazing things in it, and I love the romance in it, and I'm so looking forward to reading Unbreakable soon so I can see what happens next. That ending was, whew, love that ending, so can't wait. Next book, which it was a short book, so I went ahead and started it first before the next book, and it is Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. This was the classic that I read, and I gave it a 5 out of 5. Loved it. I love the movie editions of this book, so I knew that I would love the book, but I just wasn't sure, and I loved it. So, looking forward to reading more works by Jules Verne. Next book is Touch of Frost by Jennifer Esbeck. I'm actually going to be meeting her next week as well, and I gave it a 5 out of 5. Excellent mythology in this book, and I just cannot wait to read more of this series. There's, I believe, 4 or 5 books in the series, so I'm excited to see what happens next in this series. So, really good books. And then the next book that I read, and this is day 6, so day 6, is Fragments by Dan Wells, and this is the second book to Partials, and I have to say this one had such an amazing good start. I got through it so quickly. I just threw it, and I just could not put it down, and I'm so looking forward to reading book 3 when it comes out next year in March, and I just loved it. I mean, this is a 500-page book, and I read it in like 4 hours, so yeah. So 5 out of 5 stars. Excellent sequel. Then the next book is Darkest Still by Leanne Reese Herbert. This is another author I'm going to be meeting next week, and I just cannot wait to see what's going to happen in book 2. This one was a retelling of Dorian Gray, while the second one's a retelling of Frankenstein. So can't wait to read more, and this cover is just beautiful. 5 out of 5 stars. The last book that I read that day is Venom by Fiona Paul, which is The Secrets of Eternal Rose, and I love this book. I love how it was done in Venice, the romance, the mystery, and so I'm looking forward to reading book 2 as well as book 3 when it comes out next year. So, very good book. And it's already out, so thank goodness about that. And then now I'm getting on to the last day, and the first book that I read on that day is Ink by Ninja Sons. Love this book. I love the illustration in this book, and I love the first book in this series because it's a new series that came out this year, so it's a 2013 debut. So 5 out of 5 stars. Cannot wait to read book 2. Then the other two books are sequels, which is Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare, which is the second and third book in the Throne of Isis series. And it was to finish the series, and I loved them. I already took them back, so that's why I don't have them with me. But I loved them, and I'm still looking forward to reading more books by Cassandra Clare. Hopefully I can finish the last two books in her series. So that's all I have for you guys. Stay tuned for my book haul for my July, and I will see you guys soon. Happy reading, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, bye guys, and happy reading.